Note taking study guide, page 168. This is an overview of chapter 13. Question that we're going to talk about is, how did geography and history impact Greek civilization? So geography and then their early history, how did it impact their later Greek civilization? So first, the geography, it made it a crossroads for trade and commerce. Mountains kept villagers from organizing into a single country, so it was very isolated. And you had independent city-states arise, and access to sea enabled Greeks to engage in fishing and trade. You have the rise of city-states. The Greek city-state Polis was run by citizens. It consists of main cities, surrounding villages, and countryside. Usually built on two levels, an acropolis, and then homes, shops, and buildings on the lower ground. Aristocrats during the city-state era held most of the political power. The daily life of ancient Greeks during this time was social. There was four social classes: aristocrats, small farmers, merchants, and artisans, and then the lowest class would be slaves. Women's roles, they took part in religious festivals, ceremonies, responsible for running the household. Men's role was they were head of the household. They had great control over their family, but they also took part in life, in the public life of the polis. And boys were educated, girls were not educated. They stayed home, and they were educated from the age of 6 to 18. Pretty much the same as us, except we have higher education as well. And then the final kind of thing that about in this chapter is Greek trade and expansion. There's three different kind of methods of expansion to solve this problem. Conquest with Sparta, trade and commerce. Athens did this as an example of that. And then many Greeks actually migrated and colonized kind of other set of colonies all around the Mediterranean world. Greek colonies remained loyal to their home cities. So if, for example, an Athens colony was set up in Sicily, in Italy, they still remained quite loyal to Athens. And so that's why you have, eventually, you have empires kind of forming a little bit, or the attempt to empire. So we'll talk about that later. And merchants grew wealthy from trade, played a greater role in life, actually increased their status. And colonists spread Greek culture and goods to distant lands. So there was a sharing, a cultural exchange of ideas, of goods, of technologies, and things like that.